Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 8th grade concept of scatterplots. This is standard 8.11a in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 35, which is the new item type called inline choice, off the Redesign Practice Online STAAR test. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. So just taking a look at this inline choice, you've got 3 different blanks we need to fill in. Each one only has 2 options. And if for some reason you were to just try to select 2 and then move on, you would get this error message that says you have not answered everything. So you need to fill in all 3, not just 1 or 2. And it is a 2-point problem, so if you get all 3 correct, you get both points. If you get only 2 correct, you get 1 point. And if you only get 1 correct, you get 0 points. So let's take a look at what we're dealing with here. So we've got a scatter plot. So let's open this up so we can draw on our scatter plot. See what we notice here. It shows the number of practice shots the basketball team took during each practice, and the number of free throws missed during its next game. All right, so scatter plots is a form of showing data, and as you can see, typically we're looking at a trend line, right? So if I were to draw a trend line right here, let's use the connect line feature. I'm thinking maybe kind of like this. That's kind of a trend line. So the number of free throws missed, look at this, we've got 0 practice shots, so they didn't do any practice shots. And we didn't see any dots there, but if we've got 10 practice shots, for some reason we had 2, that kind of doesn't fit the pattern, but look, we've got really high number of free throws missed, 5 and 6. But as we get bigger, let's jump up here to 30, look at the number of practice shots are increasing, and you notice that we're decreasing a little bit here. Then we go up to our 50, the number of practice shots, 50 practice shots. Look at this, we've got 0, 1, and 2. We don't have anything of that 5 or 6. So it does make sense, right? The number of practice shots, as those move to the right and increase, right, then our number of free throws are going to decrease a little bit. So let's see what this says here. The data show that as the number of practice shots increases, okay, so as we go this way, what happens to the number of free throws missed? Okay, so the number of free throws missed is going to go down. That's what we were just talking about. So we're going to do our decreases right there. Okay. Now the trend, this trend has a blank. See what our 2 options are. A strong or weak, and then negative or positive. Okay, so what's the difference between a strong or weak? We're looking at the graph here. Well, a strong correlation is going to have a very visible line, and it's going to look pretty much like a straight line with maybe just 1 or 2 that don't fit that pattern. And then this weak correlation is going to be I'm going to call it line-ish. This is kind of an ish line. It's not a real line. You could tell it's kind of moving down, but it is not a strong line. You've got stuff that's kind of floating all over the place here. So we can at least tell the direction, but it's definitely a weak trend line. And then we need a positive or negative. Okay. So this is going to be a negative because as one moves over, the other one moves down, right? A positive would look like this. Positive would be more like this, right? As one increases, the other increases. This is a negative because as my number of practice shots increases, the number of free throws missed decreases. So that's a negative association. And those are our answers.